Good morning, all my crypto holders. Take a look at this. For right now, it's just my face, but what's going on is something critical can be posted today in the crypto lawsuit ecosystem. To be a little bit more specific, everybody in crypto is waiting for one thing and one thing only, and that is for everything to be clear and the bull market to arise. Now, from a bull market perspective, I'd say we're in a pretty good position, but I'd say that's not the most crucial piece here today. The most crucial piece for literally today is this right here. Coinbase plans today for filing to basically throw the entire SEC case out the window. Everybody, if you've not done it yet, make sure you go ahead and press that like button on this video. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. And yeah, the situation is as follows. Cointelegraph posted, the SEC suit against Coinbase is set to be challenged as the exchange's CLO, Paul Grebel, says it will file to dismiss the regulations case today on August 4th. On August 3rd, second quarter 2023 earnings call, Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul, expressed confidence the exchange would win the court case brought by the regulator. To be specific, Coinbase's earnings were significantly higher than the expected earnings, which was bullish. Paul Grebel said it will argue that Coinbase, this is 8 minutes ago, by the way. This is like right now, okay? But let's, please bear with me here and listen because there are responses. So just bear with me and listen, and then we'll move on, all right? Grebel said it will argue that Coinbase did not list securities on its platform, that the SEC has no regulatory authority over crypto exchanges, and it never suggested there was a requirement to register when it declared Coinbase's registration statement effective in April of 2021. Now again, Paul Grebel came into state on the following, quote, for most people, Friday's just the day before the weekend. But after this Friday, the neighborhood will never be the same. So Coinbase is seeing this as a major thing, and you're seeing it with the words of the CLO. Now, of course, there are people who take this into the most negative light possible. A lot of people just do not want to see crypto shine for some reason. But all us rational folk, I'd say we're all on the same line in saying this is extremely nice. Because this again gives a big middle finger to the SEC, whom again and again and again and again and again, I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit over this, is trying to seek the power and the attention where they do not deserve it, and every single one of you knows it. So will we get the same result as in the Ripple case, that the motion to dismiss gets thrown out? Well, the problem with everything is, I'd say you always want to file a motion to basically get the case thrown out. You always want to state your arguments as soon as humanly possible. The problem is, usually, right, you're going to have to assume that everything the SEC says is true, and even if you're then not at fault, it can be thrown out. But the problem is that the regulations on this are so vague that it just is up for the interpretation of the judge as to whether or not the Securities and Exchange Commission even has power, even at all, even has jurisdiction over all this. If this judge, as of this point, seems to think so, then by assuming the SEC's allegations are true, yeah, well, Coinbase is in some trouble, right? But then it's all about a more basic and simple question at that. And so that's why I'm thinking everything with regards to this motion to dismiss, it's a little bit more interesting than the previous cases. As I'd say, in theory, Ripple's president, from everything that happened there, is quite a determining factor here. However, the judge in the Do Kwon case makes me think, no, it actually goes both sides and is just yet again a very difficult uphill battle. If you're wondering, by the way, here are the Coinbase numbers, total revenue in the millions. They're doing pretty good for themselves, actually. Take a look at that. Net revenue of $662 million in Q2 of 2023. They're doing pretty damn good. And this was apparently significantly above the expectation. And I never expected the interest income from Coinbase to be this high at $201 million in this quarter. That's, in my opinion, pretty insane. Ryan Selkes had to say, Coinbase really is a well-run company. Just killer positioning for the future as soon as we have non-corrupt SEC chair. Anyway, to continue on, there was something else that was pretty interesting in the crypto space, especially for people that enjoy to talk about this regulation with regards to either XRP, cryptos in general, or Coinbase, or people that are just not big fans of Mr. Gary Gensler. All right, with AI booming, Gary Gensler wants to keep finance safe for humans. Now, guys, I went ahead and bought myself a subscription to almost every single news website out there. And I'm noticing the only reason I've got to do that is because of Gary Gensler. So please, let's all understand for a second, this man is causing me harm too. There goes my couple of dollars. And fun fact, actually, what am I gonna, do you know that Bloomberg is $35 a month or something? Does it have that much value, really? To continue on. He basically, in this article, said the head of the SEC is focused on the risk to markets and investors when AI is making trades and recommendations. And for the most part, the thing I'm fetching from here is this right here. Unlike digital coins and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, AI warrants the hype. According to Wall Street's top regulator, this is the most transformative technology of this generation, Gensler says. There's a there. We can get to crypto later. We're taking so much of what we humans do on a daily basis and automating it. Did you guys catch that one? Because I think it might have slipped by a couple peeps, but hopefully you did catch it. And Paul Grell from Coinbase said as well, 6/13/2023, letter to the Third Circuit. The commission has not yet decided what action to take on that petition with regards to making sure, crypto rules get made. This was between Coinbase and the SEC, as far as I'm aware, which was a petition for rulemaking by Coinbase's side to, go sit down and get some rules going. Today, Gary Gensler and the SEC basically says, hey, we can get to crypto a little bit later. And on this notion, I'd say they have literally decided to postpone it, but on the opposite side, this is also saying that it's not completely done if you're saying you're going to get to it eventually, right? Is there any serious question that a decision was made to deny sensible rules, but deliberately withheld from the public? A little side note, there was also another funny comment in this whole debacle here. Again, I purchased it, so let's read it to the fullest. He'd soon give up a lucrative, this is about Gary Gensler, lucrative position at Goldman Sachs partner for government. And let's also add here that I'm not against their philosophy of AI. To their credit, it's definitely something that needs to be looked at and to, be kept in quote unquote lines. What I will disagree with here is that you're saying all this vague stuff about crypto. You cannot tell me it's clear. Makes no sense. And if you think it does, well, take a look at this as well. Revolut, one of the most known online banks, right, digital banks, to terminate U.S. crypto services citing regulatory environment. Revolut is closing its crypto platform in the U.S. The decision does not affect Revolut's customers outside the U.S. and impacts only 1% of the company's crypto customers globally because, again, crypto in the U.S. is not in the best state it's been at, but most importantly, it's not at a good state at all because people are too afraid to do it over there. I've seen so many people say, I'm going to move from the U.S. purely based on these financial parts. And you can't tell me the U.S. is going to stay this financial powerhouse forever, ahead of the stock market game, ahead of the next curve when in the 2000s, with the dot-com bubble and everything, they took full advantage of it. With some hiccups, but they took full advantage to make sure all the behemoths were placed in the United States. But now when it comes to the new digital revolution, they're nowhere to be seen. Why are they taking such a defensive approach? Is it because they're scared of their ecosystem? Is it because they're scared the US dollar is going to be gripping away? Is it because they don't want the banks to lose their grip? I'm not sure what it is, but it's not the right way. Well, it's the right way to disaster, I guess. That's for sure the truth. But it's not the right way to get your country, and especially the people, moving forward. Now, you get them stuck. You get them stuck in confusion, uncertainty, and generally speaking, I think that leads to less happiness and more financial dependency, but I guess that's at the end of the day what they want. They want you to be dependent on them, and I think you're going to see way more of these sketchy things come out of the next couple of years as they try to deny the most illogical things. They're going to, basically accept some of the things you're really going to be surprised of. And a good example is WorldCoin says it'll allow companies, governments, and whatever to use its ID systems. Yeah, there's so many interesting things happening in the background right now as we speak. But ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. Make sure you stay tuned for whatever Coinbase posts today. might be very exciting, and I want you guys to update yourselves with that. Also, get ready for some sort of crypto breakout to inevitably happen. We're very close to the verge of it. And if you enjoyed this video, well, you might want to put the notification bell on so you're updated whenever something crazy gets posted, as I try to always be the first to give you guys an update. That's about it. Put the notification bell on, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.